By day, he's a quality control officer at the University of North Florida, walking the campus, checking for things that need to be attended to. By night, he is a James Brown impersonator working at local clubs, performing for crowds who continue to be amazed by his abilities. From a young age, Jacksonville's Rickey Calloway knew he wanted to pursue a career in music. It all started as a practical joke for classmates as he impersonated James Brown.
I went to see a show called The Tammy Show in Jacksonville, Florida, at the Ritz Theater back in '68, I believe. The last entertainer that came on, because I had never seen James Brown, I had never heard of him, really. So he comes on, and the energy, and he was just so awesome, and that I said, you know, when I go to school, because I love to play practical jokes, I'm going to go to school and do like James Brown and get a couple laughs. So during recess, I did that, and I had two guys in during recess, and they laughed.
The following summer, he was on to a talent competition at Raines High School. Despite his nervousness, he wowed the crowd of 1,000 with his performance.
When the band struck up and I started out of sight and I started going through my James Brown thing, they went crazy. I mean, I have never seen nothing like it in my life.
Against his mother's wishes, he decided to pursue his musical career. He began sneaking out of his house and performing at a local nightclub.
I did a terrible thing. I waited till she went to sleep one night, and I snuck out the door. I went to this club, and I told this band, I said, you know, I could sing. I know how to do James Brown. Could you guys let me sit in? And they said, well, they sell alcohol here, and, you know, minors and all this kind of thing. They said, okay, all right, we'll let you do something. I go in, I do one song. Then they said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring little Rickey Calloway back. Do another song. Then they told me, say, can you come here every week? When it was showtime, they say, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring little Rickey Calloway on. Little Rickey Calloway comes on, and he's doing this James Brown thing. My timing was off. It was terrible, but nobody cared. Nobody cared about my cracked notes and my bad timing. What they liked was the moves.
Word got out, and his first offer was from the Apollo Theater to perform on Friday and Saturday nights for $30.
But the Apollo was really a nice club. Decent people, you know. And he said, look, I would like you to come and perform on Friday and Saturday nights for us, and I'll give you $30. I said, okay. $30 back at that time, especially when I worked all week for $13, and I'm gonna work 2 nights. It was like I was a rich guy now, you know.
The demand for Rickey's talents grew, and he began performing in Fort Lauderdale. After his success in Fort Lauderdale, he decided to leave home and head to Georgia, where he knew of a record producer. It would become a troubling decision.
And audition. And I had this old guitar. Oh, I sounded terrible. I really sound terrible. And he told me, he said, son, let me give you some good advice. You need to go back home, go back to school, work on your talent, develop yourself. He said, because I'm going to be honest, you just don't have what it takes. I cried.
After his experience in Georgia and a few other disappointments, Rickey gave up his dream of a musical career, got married, and started a family. In the past 5 years, he's picked up music again and has recently signed with a record company. But his whole perspective has changed. He takes great joy in performing for his most important audience, his children and grandchildren.
And now, it's like I don't really care about the the records anymore. I just want to have fun. And my grandkids, oh my God. When I put on my cape yesterday, my granddaughter, she just went crazy. And but they're my real audience. When I write a song and I sit down and play it, they say, if they don't like it, I said, I ain't gonna send it to New York.
For more on Rickey Calloway, see Adam Ossen's story in Wednesday's Times-Union. For Jacksonville.com, I'm Kelly Jordan.